Hey friends, nice to see you. It is Saturday. That means it's time for our Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask a specific question and I do my best to give you a specific answer. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Thank you all so much for being here. Special shout out, of course, to the members and the moderators and to Lisa Harmon. Lisa, thank you for being a member and thank you for starting us off today with a super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Super chats and super stickers are ways you can show your support for this broadcast. You can also consider becoming a member. Members do get extra perks, just like our special event coming up this Monday evening. Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The link is already up for members only. And it's my birthday party where I'm going to read for you in honor of my birthday. Now, if you're a member at the Sun or Star level, you can join us for a special Zoom gathering coming up a week from tomorrow. And the link for that is in the community tab. All right, there we go. Let's get going and do some readings. And here I am again with my trusty Wiser Tarot. What can I tell you? All right, here we go. Hey, Kimmy! Kimmy's Divination Station. Glad you made it today. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, very good. Let's get going. I will take these in the order in which I see them. Hey, Jenny, good to see you. Joyous Ocean, so glad y'all are here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being members. Julie, yours is the first question that I see. I again saw gods in my dream. Can you please tell me what the message, the goddess Kali, Durga, what messages do they want to convey to me? Durga, Radhe, Krishna, Kali, Durga, Radhe, Krishna. What message do they want to convey to me? Okay, well, I'm honored that you are allowing me to give voice to the gods. And I would say, you know, to try to train yourself, since they are coming to you in your dreams, to train yourself in your dreams to ask them directly if you can. But let's see what comes up. It's a message, I believe, about tempering your own heart, to think about the things that you're attached to, the things that you care about, the things that matter to you, and then decide which one of those are really worthy of your energy. And if they are worthy of your energy, then how do you support those things? And if they are not, then how do you get rid of them? All right. Kanchan Verma, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I am well, thank you. I don't know where I'm heading. Managing and doing everything on my own feels a lot. It's not easy to be independent in modern society, with females having a lot more responsibilities than they had before. Dating is a mess too, with men demanding 50-50. For a female, it's already a lot. The patriarchal society feels a lot weird to me because one way or the other, you're still oppressed. May I request some advice on how to take this forward? Okay, fair enough. I think in any society, and obviously you and I live in very different societies, although we are both oppressed by patriarchy, although perhaps in different ways. But one thing that is true in any society is that there are always people within it who manage to live somewhat outside of those norms. And the question is, how do you do that and how does that happen? But in every culture, every society throughout time, there have been people who do not conform to those expectations and are fine and find others of their kind. And I wonder to what extent you might be able to do that as well. You know, just because there are expectations doesn't mean you have to acknowledge those expectations or conform to them. All right. Melissa, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Fun, lighthearted question for once. Okay. What is one thing I should know or do for my Italy trip? And I'm so excited about this trip for you. Okay. What you should know and what you should do. It was a 2-card spread you gave me there. What you should know is that, literally going to the place of what feels like spiritual heritage to you is exactly the right thing for you to do. You will travel safely, you will be fine, you will be secure, and you will connect to the spirit of those who have come before you. You absolutely will, and you will learn. So that's what you need to know. What you need to do is whatever the heck you want to. This trip is such a you trip. This is so much about you and who you are and where you come from and where you're going and what you want. It is pivotal. It is monumental. It is so good. And I think it's going to be safe and fun and easy. But the impact of it will ring and resonate for years to come. All right. Oh, Jenny, I loved the WDA, the Big Bang, too. So enjoyed everyone. I'm so glad you told us you were going to present. That's how I found out about it. Oh, thank you so much. That was a great event, right? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and speaking of which, thank you all. I haven't gotten my badge yet, but I did win a WDA award. I am nominated for 2023, the Best Divination Teacher. So thank you all for that. Really appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Who's next? It's Jeannie Mnuchin. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. We appreciate you. Should I try to get work for January through March or hope the grant comes through for the Lighthouse School? I am already on hold through December because workshops fell through. Anything I can do to enhance the chances of a grant for the Lighthouse School. So working backwards, anything you can do to increase the chance for that grant? I don't think there's anything more you can do that would be considered legal or safe. So no, I don't think there's anything more you can do. Do we think you will get this grant? I think it is likely. Should you be looking for other things to do just in case? Yes. Might you then end up potentially overcommitted? Yes. Should you be willing to be overcommitted? Yeah, to some extent, yes. It's all a balancing act, isn't it? And what you need to know is cast your net wide and make the best of whatever you catch. All right. Oh, Martha, thank you for that. And Kanchan, thank you. Oh, Kimmy, thank you. Appreciate it very much. All right. Alon. When will A be back and when will we reconcile? So you're assuming that there will indeed be a reconciliation. Do you know that, or are you hoping for it, or are you assuming it? When we look at a reconciliation, I'm not seeing a particular guarantee of that. I don't feel like that's necessarily going to happen. I think it could. I think that it's possible. But I also think it's possible that there could be a reconciliation and then you could break up again. So I think this could go a lot of different ways, and a lot of different things are all possible all at the same time. I know we spoke a little while ago and it did look like reconciliation was possible at that point. Today it feels less so, but I wonder if that's just changing in mood, right? And then that possibility would come back again. When do I think you will see him? I think it's going to be sooner rather than later that you will see each other. Sooner rather than later, you will have a conversation. You will see each other. And yes, there could be reconciliation. And I think that there's ways that you both want that, but it causes a great deal of anxiety. And as we saw from the beginning, even if there is reconciliation, it could fall apart the same way it did before. So it's very unclear, but I think you will get a chance to see and speak with this person very soon. All right. Mick Shuir, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Should I opt out of the supplementary gig for my choir? I really want to do it, but I'm just so burnt out and exhausted. Is it in my highest gig to do the gig or step back? Let's take a look and see. Do the gig, step back. I am so sorry. I know you want to do it, and it would be so much better if you could do it, but I think you're right to step back. Just this once. I think you have to let it go this time. I'm sorry. Justine, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Okay. Alan Krita. I think same person, different account, but I could be wrong about this. What does A think of me after the meetup? Will he want to get together? Okay, so will he want to? He's going to want further conversation. There's definitely a potential for further conversation, and that's good. Yeah, Mick Shuir, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, Ben, Libra does tarot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Would the change in roles I'm considering be a good move? It will be the same role, but in a different business area. Is that a good move for you? Yeah, I like it. I like it for you. Yes. All right. Liz Harrison, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. My oldest son will be graduating high school this year. Congratulations. And he is struggling with a handful of disappointments and the scary unknown of what's next. Any advice of how I can help support and guide him through this difficult time and his first experiences of adulthood? Yeah, I know how hard that is. Help him understand the hormonal aspect of it, definitely. Make sure he knows that his family is always there for him. And, there's a lot you can say to him that he's not going to hear and he's not going to understand. But if you let him know how much you believe in him and you let him know that success is what happens when we deal with our disappointments and move forward anyway, I think he'll be fine. He's smart and he's capable. All right. Justine, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. My mom has a question, so I'm going to post hers here first. Okay, hi, Janine. Thanks for being here. I met a new guy, named Barry. He's very sweet, bought me flowers, and took me on a fun trip to the racetrack last week. What do the cards say about Barry? Yeah. Well, the thing is, you said it. He's new. He's sweet because of, you're having nice interactions and he's being nice to you, but we don't really know. We know these are nice interactions. We don't really know what's up with him, really. And my concern is he may be one of these guys that tries to impress by giving and being courteous and being chivalrous and all of that, but really no guarantee that he's either honest or respectful. So take it slow and give it time to get to know him. Yes, those are very nice gestures and we can appreciate that, but those gestures do not tell us the content of his character. Give it time to find the content of the character and do not be overly impressed by those gestures. All right. All right, George, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, is Sherry thinking about me or has he forgotten me? I mean, it's hard to forget because it was kind of a big deal, but I don't think that he's thinking about you in terms of an interest to rekindle. I don't think that's going on. Oh, Kathleen, I got a new job yesterday and excited to hear what you see in the cards about the new job. Kathleen Patricia, congratulations. That's fabulous. It'll certainly keep you busy. It's not going to be terribly egregious, and it will give you the coin of the realm so that you may continue to enjoy living within the realm. You will be helping people. This feels okay. This feels good. Congratulations. I think it's different from what you've done before in some ways, but it feels good and I think it's going to work. All right. Adriana Belange, so nice to see you. My friend Maggie H. has been acting differently toward me for the last 2 months. I'm wondering why. Not sure if it's something I did or something else that's affecting her. Let's take a look. I don't think it's you. I think she's having a lot of anxiety about something right now. I don't think it's you at all. Don't react to it. She's going through a tough time. A table for one. Diana, thanks for being a member. It's good to see you. I'm struggling with implementing some much needed health advice and behavior modifications and can't seem to get it together. What is the key to turning things around? So first of all, the health advice and behavior modification that you have been given is big. It's huge. And I think you want to look at, we want to look at all of that, where it's coming from. Maybe you're trying to implement too much too fast. Maybe it's coming from some different sources. So you may need to simplify the program. First of all, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you've got this big program that you're trying to implement and you don't implement it, better to have a small program that you do and then increasing incrementally, number one. Number two, what is the struggle exactly? The struggle is that it's making huge changes, putting closure to one way of life and opening up to the new way of life. And the new way of life is something that feels unfamiliar. And so I think you're losing a lot of your comfort items. You're losing your routines and being asked to do new ones that feel strange and unfamiliar. So what you need is to make sure you have things that are, whether it's foodstuffs or activities or whatever, or ways of thinking, that are comfortable, that are appropriate within this new regime. No, regimen, that would be the right word. That are comfortable within this, but still give you, that are appropriate within this, but still give you comfort. I think the ultimate problem is in making these adjustments, it's very uncomfortable and you need comfort. So how can you find comfort as you go through this? That's the question as I see it. Okay. Diana, oh, my favorite card, not right? Right? Okay, Justine, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. My question is related to my job search. I've been struggling to stay focused on my job search with everything that's been going on. I'm stuck on my resume at the moment, but need to keep things moving. How can I add a timeline element to my search so I can give myself some deadlines to work off of to help me stay focused on what's important here? For example, should I be submitting 2 or 3 applications a week? Sometimes I feel like I have something like that. I have to admit I haven't submitted my first application. Right. And I think the overall problem here is like you've made this such a big deal, you don't know where to start. And it's really not that big a deal. It's just getting a freaking job. And so I think you're all like kind of getting really like, it has to be perfect. It has to be right. It has to be all of these things. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Should you be applying to 2 or 3 a week? At least 3, but potentially more. Potentially more, yeah, but at least 3. Yes, 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 yes. And the resume itself, like, I feel like you're stuck on this for emotional reasons, not practical reasons. And so this whole thing, I think, is really emotional. But all you have to do is get the resume together, apply to jobs, and you'll get a job. Really, I promise. Right, so Diana, I'm trying to sort through a lot of health advice, and it's overwhelming. Intermittent fasting, avoiding seed oils, eating organic. Did a doctor give you any of those things? Like, that doesn't feel like health advice. That feels like wellness gurus offering, popular diets. That doesn't feel like health advice to me, and that may be where the tower is coming from. I'm not sure any of those things are going to make you healthier. And in fact, you could get me started on a rant so easily here about the freaking wellness industry. Oh my freaking gosh. And I realize I'm adjacent to that industry, and I know some people in that industry who are fabulous and who really help people. But I also know a lot of people who are very misguided and misinformed, and some are just scammy. So, right, so you don't trust doctors, period, but now you're trusting these other people who I think are probably worse. And so you're going to have to find something that makes sense to trust. Because at least someone who went to school knows something more than people who got an 8-week certificate to give you wheatgrass. Well, Diana, I think you need the tower here. I really do. I think you've had some bad experiences, and I understand that. And the AMA is really faulty. I understand that. But you're going with something that is just as faulty and something that does not have the same track record. So be careful. Seriously, the tower makes sense here. All right. Let's see where we are here. All right. Adrija Roy. So good to see you. Are you up next? Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you. Hang on one second. Justine, you make it sound so easy, but addressing a massive variance in my work history is not so simple. My professional experience is very dated, and my most recent experiences in freaking retail unrelated. COVID, it works with COVID. It's okay. And what's happening is you're anxious about it. And so that anxiety has just got you at a dead stop. And, you're young. It's easy to say, yeah, I was out of the industry for a while. COVID happened, all the things, and I'm ready to come back. That's all. That's all. You're anticipating the negative reaction that may or may not happen. But you have stopped yourself already because that's what you're anticipating. Seriously. All right. Adrija, thanks for your patience. Good to see you. Long back, I had an accident, and after that, I never bought a car. Recently, an opportunity presented. Should I get a car? Is this the right time? And man, I understand. I understand. I have also lost I lost more than one car, 2 accidents, and I understand. Okay, is now the time? I think it could be, yes. I would really consider it, yes. Yes, yes. Aria Wilson, so good to see you. What advice do my guides have for me about staying focused on my work and goals? To also make sure you have balance and have time for fun. If you overly focus on your goals, you're not going to get there. If you keep it in balance and have some fun, I think you will. All right. Yolanda, you're up next. I am meeting with a prospective employer on Wednesday. No plans to make a job change until after the first of the year, and they know that. Any thoughts? I think this prospective employer does want to hire you, but be careful. Be careful you are not potentially jumping out of the fire and into the frying pan. Nalini, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I've been feeling hopeful about life. Good. And not so scared of finding romantic love. Will I be meeting someone new? And if so, any info on when or how or who would be appreciated? Name, address, phone number, any of that. Sure. Let's see what we got. Well, good for you. I think that's fabulous, Nalini. And the bottom line is keep your eyes wide open, keep your mind wide open, keep your heart wide open. What is suggested here is like there's nothing here that says, well, you should definitely be on the apps or don't be on the apps or, like be open, be as open as you possibly can. And recognize that, your best chance is going to be meeting a lot of people and talking to a lot of people. Don't sort of be like, oh, the universe will just send me the one. Be more like the universe will send me the many, and from that I will figure out who the one should be. Try that. All right. And Nalini, thanks for using members only emojis. Appreciate it. Kimmy's Divination Station, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I have been intending on working smarter, not harder, while spending a majority of my time promoting myself so that I can do what I love and be my own boss. What does Spirit say? I feel like your goal is good. Your plan for getting there, like smarter, not harder. That's always good, but what does it really mean? When we talk about promotions, like what are the promotions that are really going to work to get you where you want to go? The key is to really let people see you and see who you are and what you offer. You're absolutely right that marketing is what makes sense. You are absolutely right. And if you do that right, you'll get to where you want to go. That's all true. Okay. Okay, and just looking at some of the things coming in, it's not your turn yet, but Valentina, I see a question that I'm not going to know what to do with. Can you say what I am manifesting? This could be a language difference, but I don't understand the question. So that will be a question I will not answer. I am so sorry. If you could explain it to me or ask it in a different way, I would be more happy to. And I'll give you some time, obviously, to do that. Salima Blue Wine, Spiritual Awakening is up next. Will my friend Maria speak to me again? Feels like there's something going on there that is problematic. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe one of you going through a difficult time, maybe something else, I'm not sure. but it feels like there is a difficulty here that would need to be solved. Chara Saddlemeyer, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. What can I do to be more focused on school? You have to get on board with it emotionally. And I think that's by reminding yourself that school is going to give you what you want. So school is going to take you where you want to be. And just remembering that, as they say, keep your eye on the prize. Santiago, good to see you. How should I approach a man when I like him? And what should I avoid to do or to say? Well, I mean, I think that depends on the man and on the situation. But I think the key is you have to be friendly. The key is to be friendly. And, the question is, are you looking for a relationship or are you looking to get laid? Because I know that in every culture, when it comes to men meeting men for sex, there are, very specific things that you can do. But if you're looking for a relationship, as with anyone of any gender at any time, the key is to approach first with friendship. All right. Nanya, thank you. Appreciate that. Virginia W. Oh, Michelle F., good to see you. Yeah, I mean, Diana's question, the trying to get on track with health, that's a hard one. And knowing who to trust is equally hard. It's hard for all of us, for sure. Thanks for being here and thanks for being a member. Virginia W., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. You're up next. What is the best course of action to get back to a healthier lifestyle? Is there a message in my spiritual inbox? I think it starts inside. I think it starts emotionally. I feel like you're going through a lot of upheaval, and that just makes everything harder. So you're going to start with being kind to yourself. That's the bottom line. All right, Lisa Harmon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for helping out with a super sticker. All right, so your question, not entirely specific, but we'll do it anyway. What do my ancestors want me to know? Honestly, they want you to know that you have done a really good job with what they gave you. Pretty much, there it is. You did a good job with what we gave you, and you are doing a good job with what we gave you. February, I'll go for getting late. I hear ya. I hear ya. Valentina, thank you, thank you, thank you. I see your question. Much better, much better. Okay. Michelle F., here we go. Thanks for being here. Hang on. I just overscrolled. Give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Michelle F., thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. I love this psychic sampler. I do too. I'm entering my last week of having time off from my job this month. I've been traveling and enjoying my time off. I feel like this week is for cleaning house and taking care of my health. What do the cards say around this? Am I focused on the right things? Right, so it's so good that you had that time off. And honestly, you need to focus on whatever is going to give you the most satisfaction and set you up for success getting back to work. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever feels good for you. All right. Megan J., good to see you. I would love a card on my work life versus my relationships. I feel I'm improving a lot financially, but not so much in other areas. Well, good for you, though. Financial improvement is good. So there's work life, which, is going better. You're absolutely right. Relationships, personal life. I think it's not just about relationships, it's the whole personal life. And I feel like it's just because you haven't put time there, you haven't focused there, so you haven't really known what to do, what you want. Like, you have to check in with yourself and figure out what you want. You haven't had that luxury. You've just been in the position of, I have to do what I need. I have to do what I need. But now you have a little bit of wiggle room, so now you can think about what you want. And that's where your focus needs to be. And you can keep that balance, and I think you will do so successfully. Oh, ZM, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. Maria, so good to see you, Maria Baresi. Glad you're here. My coworker Tammy keeps smelling her grandmother's perfume. Her grandmother is deceased. Does she have a message? Okay, sure. I think it is a message of love. I think every time she smells her grandmother's perfume, she needs to know that life really is eternal. Her loved ones in spirit are together and with her, and she is loved. Every time she smells it, that's the message. It's simple, yet effective. Oh, this is good news. This is good. This is good. For those of us, Diana, me, all of us who are kind of struggling with that same thing, like doctors suck, but so do wellness gurus. And it just causes us to feel stressed and pressed. This is good. The National Institute of Health, US, this is from Lisa Harmon, is open and free to use. It's not just big pharma, but also studies including herbs, Ayurvedic, etc. I use that a lot, actually, to look up, like when a friend says, oh, you should try this diet or this diet, I am right on it researching. 9 times out of 10, it proves to either be not good in general or not good for me, which is why that's really smart, really smart. All right. Rose, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I would like to make a good friend, a good new friend or two, hopefully in person versus online. Yeah, I know, I hear that. And that's hard to do. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, that's hard to do. What do the cards say? The cards say it's about finding the time and the space. And what you need to do is go to places and do things that you enjoy, and you will find other people there. Like, where do I meet people? At my tarot meetup, right? That's where I make my local friends. Same kind of thing. Go to the places with people who do the things that you enjoy doing, and you will make friends. Ashley, good to see you. I would like to know, will my relationship with the person I'm seeing continue? Do you want it to continue? I mean, I have questions. I feel like you want what's best. I feel like the person you're seeing does want it to continue. I do feel that. And I feel like there are some things here that are good and some things here that aren't good. I don't think you're asking the right question. I think you're asking the question, will it continue? The question really is, should it continue? Because it's really, in my mind, 50-50. There's some good things and there's some problematic things. I think it's okay to watch and wait. If it turns out not to work, I think that's perfectly okay because the red flags are pretty red. But there are good things there too. So if you want to watch and wait and see what happens, you can. But remember that you're in this relationship, and so you have some control about what could happen next. And And you need to practice in this very good self-care. That's really the key. All right. Hey, Jake 5345. Robin, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. What does the week have in store for me? Okay. Not the most specific question, but we'll do what we can with it, certainly. This particular week, actually, there might be something special. I think this week, I don't know if you know about this or not, but I think there's going to be something special. It could be spending time with friends, doing something different, doing something you haven't done in a while or before or something like that. Could be a little anxiety producing, but overall fun. All right, Martha Vink, nice to see you. My dog had extensive dental surgery on Thursday. I wish she could tell me how she's feeling. Is she feeling better? Is she mad at me? I'm hoping this will help her live many more years. And I know, you're such a dog person, and this particular dog, I know is very, very special for you. So how is she doing? She's fine. She's fine. She is not mad at you. She knows. She trusts you. She knows. It's okay. It's okay. And, for my tarot people, we literally have here a woman with her with her hand in the mouth of an animal. We have a question about a woman who had to take her animal for oral surgery. That's pretty cool, right? And that's a way of how we read the cards visually. So yeah, I think she's fine. I think she's feeling better. I think she's perfectly happy. And I think that you're right that this can really help her. So it's all good. It really is. All right. Joanne Ellis, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you for your birthday wishes. What do my guides want me to know between now and Christmas? Not the most specific question. Okay, though, we'll do it. Between now and Christmas, the important thing to note is that it would be good to have fun. Take things lightly. There's going to be some ups and downs, but everything will be okay. Oh, Kimmy, I loved the WDA weekend. I got the lifetime tiers, so I've watched them all. Almost watched them all. So cool. I hope you come to StaarCon. If you loved the WDA, you are going to love StaarCon as well. So definitely check that out. Everybody check that out. There's a link right in the description, as well as a link to become a member of this channel, as many of you have done, and a link to book a session with me. All right. Jenny, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate you so much. Do my guides have any advice for my worries about not balancing my work and happy home life? So, for you, Jenny, work-life balance might be just a myth. It might be unattainable in traditional ways. And so you have to look at how it works for you. That might be, I am all in on work for this week, and this week I'm laying back and spending time at home. It could be a lot of different ways, but you're going to have to figure out how it works for you, because it's going to work differently for you than it does for other people. So the best advice I can give you is that no one else's advice is going to help you. I'm sorry. But you can figure it out. Rosemarie, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will I do well if I move to Northern California? I'm not sure where I want to move. Let's see, Northern California, that's exciting. Honestly, 6 of one, half a dozen another for sure, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And I know you were also considering Florida. We want you down here, of course. But Florida, versus Northern California versus some entirely other place. I like both Florida and Northern California. I'm actually maybe liking Northern California just a wee bit more. Ali Mammon, so good to see you. I feel like I'm very heavy in both spirit and in health. I'm so sorry. Could you please tell me what's going on? I'm so sorry. This heaviness that you're feeling. I don't think it's within you. I think you're feeling the heaviness of the planet. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be things going on worldwide. What you need is better psychic shielding. Really. Ivo Fur, good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thank you all for your kind words. Catherine Fan, good to see you. I'm going on vacation next week with my family. Do you have any advice for my trip? Yeah. Take it easy. Seriously. Be clear about what the things are that you want out of this vacation, because you're managing it against other people and what they want. So be easygoing. Be clear about what you want and what you don't care about. And I think it could actually be really good and fun. Okay, Baby Cakes, thanks for your kind words. Makeup and fashion insomnia. Wendy, so good to see you. What do the cards want to tell me? Okay, there's zero that is specific about that. I'm doing it for you. But come on, that's not specific at all. Here we go, though. What do the cards want to tell you? Some very specific things. In your path to very quickly get things together to do what you want to do, you will come across some obstacles, but that's okay. You keep going. And you don't worry about the things that feel unfair and the things that feel bad. You just go forward and pursue what you want to pursue. Seriously. Baby Cakes. Yeah, I read it as a ward. I saw it. I did. I got it. Janine, it's so good to see you. Well, Rosemary, to be fair, you would probably find like-minded people in Northern California as well, quite frankly. So there is that. There is that. All right. Janine Barnes, thanks for your patience. You're up next. My son is behaving dreadfully for me at the moment. Really upsetting despite all I do for him and his son. Advice, please. So he's a grown-up and thusly should know better. Okay. Here's what you have to do, and this is hard. This is hard. You saw me go through a process there. You saw me go through the finger drumming process. Don't all readers do that? All right. Here's the thing. What you are doing for him and his son is absolutely necessary to the sustenance of their household. Like, you can't withdraw it, no matter how bad he is. At the same time, you have to find a way to have boundaries, or you're going to have to find a way to support the son without supporting the son's father, your son. Like, you need boundaries, but you also are aware that without you, certain things would collapse. So it's hard, but it's not worth having a conversation. It's not worth talking to him about it. It's just going to be, this is the boundary. This is it. So it's delicate. Martha Vink, right? That was cool. That was cool. Okay. ZM, so good to see you. When will P and I reconcile? When will P contact you? Let's see. Are you sure there will indeed be a reconciliation? I think there will be communication. And I would say sooner rather than later there would be communication. But whether that would lead to a temporary reconciliation, a full-on reconciliation, I'm not sure. But I think there will be communication soon. Okay, Megan J., my friend Laura would like a read on the relationship between her and AT. Oh, Dr. Olet, thank you so much. The technical day is Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, but I celebrate it as a season. And I promise that the older and grayer and more wrinkly I become, the more I'm going to celebrate it. Yep, I'm not afraid of my birthday. I embrace it. All right. My friend Laura would like a read on the relationship between her and AT. Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of mixed signals here. There's a part of me that's like, well, one day it's good. The other day I'm like, what relationship? So basically, like what she's experiencing is what she's experiencing. And if she doesn't like what she's experiencing, she should stop experiencing it. You know, it could be time for her to make a call on that. All right. Crystalie B.I., good to see you. I'm just wondering if Lalo is okay and if everything is going well for him in the military. He should be deployed in the UK at the moment. All right. I think it's going exactly as you would expect. I don't think that he's particularly enjoying it, but I think he's fine. I think he's safe for the moment. I think, it's what it is, being in the military and whatnot, but I think it's okay. Okay. So Wendy, Makeup and Fashion Insomnia, and Dr. Aled, both agreeing with me, right? The older we get, the longer the birthday lasts. Dr. Aled agreed, I've just outlived my mother, so I'm grateful. That's so huge. I'm not there yet. My mother died at age 64. I'm going to be 61. So I know exactly what you're talking about there, for sure, for sure. All right. Diana, I am the tower personified. That's so good. And I think you bring that to other people sometimes in a really good way. All right, Joyous Ocean, here we go. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I am juggling my healing self-care, raising, training my niece, now living with me, resentment and pushback from my sister, all while dating, running business and home improvement. My business and financial health is suffering as I balance all else. How can I shift gears? I mean, it's hard. The bottom line is we live in a society where without money, nothing else moves. And so we always have to prioritize the money. And that's really hard because that's not always in our best interest. And yet we live in a society that requires that. And so, I feel like you're trying to be, and I think this is true for a lot of us, where we have this sense of, we understand spiritually how all of the resources matter, not just money, and our health matters and all of these things. And so we have this enlightenment and we want to live within that. But there's a practical reality. And, we're not going to be enlightened when we're sitting in the dark because the electricity got shut off because we didn't pay the bill. And I'm not saying that's about to happen to you. I'm just, saying you've got a lot going on. And it's going to be like that. It's like trying to literally get your ducks in a row. And as soon as they're all in a row, one of them goes wandering off. As soon as you get your money organized, your health will have an issue or a family member will have an issue. So you solve that. And then we got the money, blah, 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 blah. I think that's how it is. I think you just have to be like, okay, which duck do I have to focus on right now? Focus on that duck, bring that duck back in line. And I think that's how it works right now for everybody. I'm so sorry, but that's how it is, I think. All right. AAC, good to see you. Card for my love life. All right. So you specifically asked for a card for your love life without sharing with me an actual question. So I'm going to do exactly as you said. This is a card for your love life. Please understand, had you asked me an actual question, I'd be able to give you better information. But hopefully this is helpful. You need to think about what you want things to look like. If you are currently in a relationship, you need to decide if this is going where you want it to go or not. And you may need to drive it to where you want it to be. If you are not currently with someone, you need to think about really, like, realistically, what could this look like in your life? Like, you need to recognize your power to steer a relationship, attract a relationship, choose a relationship, and to recognize that you really can be happy and successful in love. And I think there's a part of you that maybe doesn't necessarily know that. And you need to know that in order to be that. Hope that was helpful, really. All right. Lynn, good to see you. I'm wondering if recent changes at work will give me time to paint and be creative. One can only hope. And the answer is not easily or naturally, no. No, and you know, how many of us today have been talking about time management, health management, money management? Life is hard to manage. It really is. It really is. It really is. So I feel like if you want that time to be creative, you're going to have to steal it. You're going to have to carve it out somehow because it's not naturally presenting itself for you. Good luck. All right. Febborn, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Why do I feel and/or pick up energy so easily? Can be overwhelming at times. I use music to ground. Any advice? So there's a lot of reasons that can happen, right? It can be that you were just born very psychic. It can be your astrology chart. It could be different things you experienced as a child that caused you to have to develop hyper awareness. For you, I would say it could be a combination of all of those things. And music to ground is good, but also grounding meditation. Work with the chakras, run energy through you, work with the root chakra, send energy from the root chakra into the earth, ground into the earth. All of that will help as well. Nanya. Okay, good to see you. Angela and Adam hurt me. They are living together now. Angela has a dog named Halo. Will they stay together and or be happy? So it's such an interesting question in that, like, you could ask a question about anything in your own life for you, and you've asked about these people who have hurt you, and I don't know if you're hoping for their happiness or not hoping for their happiness, but I'll answer the question. I'll do it. Although I do think this is potentially one of those third-party readings that don't really serve a purpose and could ultimately be unhelpful. And so I just have to say, I would love to see you turn your attention away from people who hurt you and toward yourself. You know, like, why does it matter that they have a dog? Like, why does any of that matter? You know, what should matter is your life. But I will answer your question because I try to be accommodating. And in doing so, I just dropped my cards like all over the floor. Is it a sign? No, I'm probably just clumsy, but give me a minute. Got to get the cards back. And the funny thing is, not one of them was face up. So, I mean, I think right now they're happy or trying to be happy. In the long run, I think there's some obvious problems there. I think you can see those problems too, and you were just really kind of looking for confirmation of those problems. I'm going to tell you, you're not wrong. Joanne, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is my boss trying to fire me? I'm looking for a job and finance. Oh yes, your birthday's coming up too. We're birthday twins, Joanne. I had forgotten for a minute. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a great time. Okay. So, is your boss trying to fire you? I don't get that sense. I don't have that sense. But I think you want a new job. I mean, I do think your boss sucks in some ways. I do think you deserve a better job, and I think you will probably find one. So I don't necessarily think you're going to get fired, but I think you may end up with a new job and a better job. And again, happy birthday. Yeah, see, Febborn, do you see how many people in the comments feel what you feel? It's very typical, I think, of psychic people. I do. All right. Asaya, good to see you. Any advice from the universe regarding my career and finance? Yeah. Advice regarding career and finance, look at the big picture. Do you see a path forward where you're going to grow? And if you don't, you have to change your path. That's really the key. Okay. Febborn, sometimes I wonder if it's some sort of autism. It could be a neurodifference. It could be. That's possible too, for sure. Okay. Valentina, you changed your question for me, so I'm seeing your question now. And I'm going to go back and find, here it is. Really want to know if I'm on the right path. What do I need to know about my relationship? Am I manifesting the right or wrong things? Like, I'm really concerned about your use of the word manifesting. Like, what does that mean exactly for you? I mean, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And so, in terms of your relationship, I feel like I'm kind of looking at this and saying, what relationship? Like, I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. I feel like there may not be good communication. There may not be good connection. And so I'm super confused. I'm super confused here. And so I wonder, if I wonder if you have stumbled upon some spiritual belief system around like law of attraction stuff or that kind of thing. And that can work and it can be very helpful. But I wonder if you're letting it take you to a place where where things aren't working out for you. So I feel like you may need to, like when you say, am I on the right path? I'm going to say yes and no. You may have adopted some beliefs about how the universe works, and you may not necessarily see that playing out in your life. And if that's the case, pay attention to that. Okay, DD, good to see you. Any romance on my horizon? Quite possibly, yes. Although there's a part of you that wants it and there's a part of you that doesn't. So you're going to have to deal with that. Fatima, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. What is blocking Jay and I from coming together? Are you sure that Jay wants to do this? I mean, I don't know that there's necessarily an external force at work here. I mean, yes, there could be a spiritual connection between the two of you, and you may be feeling that, and therefore feeling like we're meant to be together. But I think you're misinterpreting the spiritual connection. All right. Caroline McLaughlin, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Okay, Nunya, I usually will not do more than one question per person if it's for the same person. And you've got like so many. But I will do one more because I did want you to do a question for yourself. So what message do you have for my love and romance from now till the end of November? So I will do this one because I really want you to have a question for yourself. I really do. And the answer is, I think there's a lot that you need to process from the past. So I think a lot of it is going to be about healing and learning how to be open to something new and figuring out what you want. It is very possible that there could be something good coming in even that quickly, but be clear about what you want and what you don't want. And, oh my goodness, Caroline McLaughlin, thank you so much for being a member and for the very generous super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for being you. Well, thank you for being you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, Wish, good to see you. Will Scorpio and Capricorn reconcile? If they do, it won't last. All right, Dr. Aled, good to see you. Thanks for being here. When will I get a promotion at work? I think that the administrators see me as being overqualified for the position I have now. But they do want to promote you. Yes, they want to move you forward, but they need you where you are now. And you'll do a good job where you are now. So that's going to make it really hard. I have no idea because you see the dilemma. You're needed where you are. You're going to do a good job where you are. And yet you are indeed overqualified and they are going to want to move you up. So it's going to happen it's going to happen, as my good friend Erica Robinson would say, not in Chronos, but in Kairos. It will happen in the fullness of time. Sorry. But there's a dilemma here, and that's how that is. Febborn, I don't feel that weird anymore. I have company. Yeah. That is. It's the truth, my friend. Oh, Caroline, that was a birthday present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you dearly and so appreciate you. So kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, ZM. ZM, I did this one already. I did that question already. Yep, got it. Von Ray, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Pip, good to see you. Thanks for being here. You're up next, I think. I just want to make sure I didn't skip over. I think I'm good. Did you see me skip anyone? Anyone? I think I'm good, but now I'm paranoid. Hey, Lisa McCord, good to see you. I was just thinking about you. Okay, Pip, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Is there anything I can do to help with my tarot readings, please? I'm so tired at the moment. I feel like I'm not at my best. And that's the key, man. Like, every tarot reading we do as a professional reading has to be our best. And yet, we're not always at our best because we're human. This is a real issue for tarot readers. And you need glamour magic, and it has to be not just outside glamour magic, but inside glamour magic. I'll tell you that. And in general, for you, you will be less tired and overwhelmed if you both take things by the moment, but then also look at the really big picture and know that it will indeed all work out. And yeah, the advice is internal and external glamour magic. Seriously. All right. Vaishali, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. I'm so sorry. Does my spirit guide have any message for me? Anything they want to say to me? Not exactly specific, but we'll do it. Yeah, you need to work on feeling more secure with yourself, loving yourself more, and having a better relationship with yourself. Oh, no. Von Ray. It is a fine question. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'm worried that I won't have a chance to move to another city in February due to some medical problems that have impacted my savings in the past 4 months. Boo-hiss! I am so sorry. Sorry for the medical issues. Sorry for the financial issues that ensue from that, is because we live in a country where that happens. So sorry. Will I be good to move in February? Honestly, I do. It's going to be tighter now. It's going to be tight. But I think you can still do it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Wendy. Most of us failed in the specific question category. I'm not going to say most. I'm going to say a select handful. But I love you and it's all good. Okay. Caroline McLaughlin, thank you for being a member and thank you for that very, very kind super sticker. Really appreciate it. I recently had dental surgery and decided to get a denture, having trouble with getting it right and rubbing, but also I can't eat properly. Just wondering what the matter is with it. It's the bottom teeth. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible. Nunya, no worries. You're all good. Thank you. And thanks for your kind words, Nunya. And Caroline, thanks for using members-only emojis. So what's up with the denture? It may need to be adjusted. And see, I think it could be adjustment on both parts. I think you're still getting used to it, and that takes time. But it may also need an adjustment. So talk to the person who fitted it, but some of it is going to be time. So maybe you wait a week and see how it is. Talk to the person who fit it and suggest or ask if waiting a week to get used to it and then checking it if it's still uncomfortable, if that's the right way to go. Because I think it could be a little of both. In the long run, do I see this working out well for you? I'm so sorry. I think it's going to take, it may need to be reworked. It may, I think I'm sorry, it's a lot. I'm so sorry. I think that you are extra sensitive or maybe have an interesting or unusual landscape in your mouthscape. So some of it's you, but I think some of it is the fit. So there it is. It's going to take some time. All right. Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. Happy soon birthday. Scorpio 1180, your question's fine. I'm happy to answer it, and it's fine. All right, looking for the next question. Baby cakes. Does my brother have a long-term romantic relationship in his future? What is the issue that blocks him? Is there anything I can do to help him? I do. I think he has issues, and I think it goes back to childhood. And I think it's going to be hard for him to find that relationship unless he confronts those issues. And I don't think there's anything you can do to help him. I think he needs something therapeutic, and that'll be for him to figure out. Oh, thank you, Joyous Ocean. All right, Oliver B., good to see you. How can I best share my passions to create a more connected, fulfilling life? I'm ready for my life to be bigger. I love that. So, Oliver, I think this is going to be a case of simply by saying it, it will come into being. Just by saying it, opportunities are naturally going to happen, and there it will be. So just look for the opportunities, and they will be there. You are speaking this into existence right now. Oh, Nanya, thanks for that background. Really appreciate it. Terry T., will I meet a man for love soon? Okay. Terry T., you might meet a man for sex soon. For love, a different story. And I wonder, what I would say is do not get attached to a booty call. And if you don't get attached to a booty call, it will be more easy for you to meet the person that you're really looking to meet. Oh, Oliver B., thank you for that. That's fabulous. Okay, Scorpio 1180. I'm actually excited for this question. I've been dreaming about my parents the last 2 nights who are deceased. My sister told me today that she had one last night. Are they trying to tell us something I didn't tell her about my dreams? Wow. Wow, I love this question. They just want you both to know that they are with you, that they are watching over you, that they know life is not easy for either of you, but they are with you and watching over and trying to help. Pass that on to your sister as well if you want. Lisa McCord, you are up next. Should I look for romance? I've sort of given up lately. But still, I yearn for a good relationship. I have such a low tolerance for BS. And I can tell you, as we get older, it only gets worse, man. Should you look for romance? You have to keep that low tolerance for BS. And yes, that low tolerance for BS is what's going to ultimately have you get a good relationship, because you'll get rid of the people that you shouldn't tolerate. So I think that yes, you should, but you should keep your low tolerance for BS. Hey, Witch's Journey, good to see you, Maya. Glad you're here. You're on my mind recently. I want to reach out to you, so do not be surprised when you hear from me shortly. How will my deck and film be received? The big problem is going to be promotions and getting the word out. And I think it's going to be mixed. I would say 75% completely positive. Another 25% are people because that's the community. So honestly, for this community, very well. Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be a little too big. So yeah, it is a process. There you go, Caroline. All right, my friends, from my perspective, I've gotten to the end. If I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. Please do reiterate. If you're here and have not asked and want to ask, it is last call for readings, y'all. So I do have some openings, so you can go ahead to the link and book your session with me. Get a ticket for StaarCon. Become a member of this channel. I'll be back here Monday morning with the 3-card weekly reading, and we have our members only live on Monday evening. I'll look forward to seeing you all then. My friends, take really good care. I want to thank all of you so much.